The war on women has become a slogan for the radical left to rally behind and build political campaigns around. There is no war on women. The idea around the war on women only exists because feminists and other leftists want to portray women as single-issue voters only concerned about obtaining free birth control and supposed equality in the workforce. Kaylee Cuoco, popular actress from The Big Bang Theory, recently came out in an interview and said something shocking, which was, "I like to serve my husband. I like to cook dinner for him. I like being a traditional wife." Yet the feminists came out in an outcry, who supposedly are pro-women, ultimately pressuring Kaylee to apologize for expressing her own joy of being a happy wife. If you believe in liberty, women should have the freedom to live how they wish and not be shamed for embracing traditional values or pursuing non-traditional goals. Feminists like to point towards the wage gap as proof of discrimination in America. Obama blatantly uses misleading statistics to infuriate the population with supposed wage discrimination, saying that women on average make 77 cents for every dollar a man makes for doing the same work. First of all, no competent labor economist takes this number seriously. This number is simply the average earnings for all men and all women working full-time. There was zero effort when looking into this stat to point out that it doesn't take into account differences in occupation, position, education, hours worked per week, choices to stay home, etc. When logical economists look at these numbers and take away these differences, the wage gap nearly vanishes. Even within the four walls of the White House, Team Obama has female staffers making 88% of male staffers. Yes, this is true. This had spokesman Jay Carney of the White House backpedaling to defend this statistic and having to resort to logical reasons for why this is. He dismissed the 12% parity because he concluded that each person at the White House earns literally equal pay for equal work, and the 88% figure is just an overall statistic that just sums up everyone's pay from the junior to senior levels. He essentially said that the 88% figure is no proof of wage discrimination because it leaves out so many variables. It's hypocritical because the White House positions itself on the forefront of gender warfare and uses this very same meaningless statistic to stir up the population. Why do we have to ignore that there are inherent differences between men and women? Studies show that men are more likely to take work in uncomfortable, isolated, and undesirable locations which would logically pay more. Analyzing data from the BLS, men work longer hours on average than women do. The average full-time working man works 6 hours per week longer, or 15% longer than the average full-time working woman. No one talks about that when discussing the wage gap. Men are far more likely to choose careers that are more dangerous, so they too naturally pay more. When you take into account that women are likely to put their careers on hold to have and raise children, having to even explain why there is a wage discrepancy becomes a waste of energy, acknowledging those who want to drive wedges between voters for political gain. Women having the right to abort a child is the second major point that feminists hang their hat on for this ongoing war on women. This has become all in the name of women having the right to do as they wish to their own body. Since when has choosing to have sex, then becoming pregnant, and then wanting to kill the unborn baby become a woman's rights issue? What if the baby is a woman? What about her rights? Having to deal with the consequences of your actions is something Americans seem to not want to face. The life of an unborn child has nothing to do with the rights of the mom, but rather the future of the person that will be born. This disconnect with killing a baby when it's inside of the mother being okay and it being a major crime once the baby is born is so twisted and nonsensical. The right for women to do what they want with their own body has been a cry that has infected society and has made the killing of innocent babies justifiable. It isn't a women's rights issue. This is a human rights issue that feminists are using to take away the right to life for millions of humans. If you honestly believe it's not a human life, then consider the fact that if you kill a fetus outside of an abortion clinic, you get charged with murder. Men have even been charged with years in jail for secretly giving their girlfriends the abortion pill and killing a fetus. Let's not even get started with not being able to get contraception through your healthcare provider being an attack on women. Number one, this is completely an overreach, forcing insurance companies to conduct business in a way that is outside of what even insurance is supposed to be for, and then to victimize women in the process is manipulative progressive agenda. This is a situation where demands on insurance companies are beyond what insurance was even meant to be for. You don't expect your auto insurance company to put gas in your car or pay for oil changes, but America has become so entitled that there is this expectation that private companies are supposed to take care of basic things that should otherwise be paid for individually. Whoever connected the war on women to obtaining contraceptions paid for by insurance companies is actually smart, because this totally irrelevant connection has misled millions of people to think that this is somehow a ploy to hurt women. No one is saying women can't have birth control. But how in the world does birth control become the focal issue surrounding women's rights? If women want to purchase birth control, they should go out and do so. Rather than building women up, feminism has insulted women in our society. CrushTheStreet.com wants women to receive the honor and respect they deserve. They need to know that their roles at home and in the workplace are valued and are crucial for the future of the world. Hearing the liberal left exaggerate the truth when it comes to the war on women is a disgrace to who women really are. The war on women has created a gender division that is only worsening because of the agenda behind the cause, rather than fully appreciating men and women for who they are. Women aren't just vehicles for childbearing that don't have self-control. They are human beings that should be cherished in our society and not looked down on for wanting to pursue things such as homemaking and focusing on children. Our nation needs an uprising of strong women that are the backbones of the families. Whether women want to pursue a career in the workforce or provide stability in the home, the choice is personal, and neither one should be looked down on. If you had a woman in your life that invested and made a difference in you, take a moment and share this video to honor that person. Let's not allow society to diminish the value that women have added to our society, but honor them, because the future generations need strong women to rise up and be women. Thank you for watching this important video. To be the first to receive our coming report on what you will need to do to prepare for Obama's plan to destroy the middle class, sign up for free at crushthestreet.com/future for our 2016 forecasts and predictions report that goes over our assessments for the coming 2016 year. The leftist plan to create massive civil unrest and turmoil in the US is unfortunately succeeding. The Black Lives Matter Most movement is cheering the assassination of police officers, demanding more wealth redistribution, and for the first time in America's history is forcing Americans to buy products from healthcare providers or face a fine. America has been derailed, and the time to learn what you can do to protect your family and finances is now. Subscribe for free to CrushTheStreet.com.